Hey guys, it's Frank and Kevin from Cruising with Wheels. Welcome back to another episode of Cruise News.
So today is Cruise News episode 12, and we're going to be doing it a little bit differently than we normally do. We're only discussing one topic in this Cruise News, where normally we have two or three, right, breaking news items.
But this is a controversial topic, so
we decided to do a Cruise News meets Frank Pushes Back, and that's why he's with me today.
That's right. I'm going to insert a little bit of my Frank Pushes Back.
So let's talk a little bit about what we're talking about today. So NCL started yesterday their new gratuities. And what the gratuity will be is $14.99 per person per day for an interior all the way up to mini suite in any category within those room types. Now suites and the Haven will be a $17.99 per person per day charge for their gratuities, and what we figured out it equates to be.
Yeah, well, it's only an increase of like 49 cents per person per day.
So it's basically
so
like
you and I together, based on double occupancy, that's an extra $1 a day.
Yeah, $1 a day. So
Times
$7 if it's a 7-day cruise. If you know,
$7, $3.50 each. Let me insert myself right now. I've seen more people put that kind of money in a vending machine.
Well, let me tell them about what they can do if they don't feel comfortable paying this. So as long as you've booked your cruise prior, all the way up to March 31st of 2019 or prior, as long as you prepay your gratuity prior to your sail date, then you don't have to pay the increase.
You're good on the old.
You're good on the old
amount.
prices. But like Frank was saying, it's $7.
Oh my God, I know. And it's very controversial because when the news hit, you know, all the postings on Facebook were coming out and people were all like, I'm so sick of this NCL nickel and diming and blah, blah, blah. And we're sitting here going.
And frankly, that's why we didn't do a video to begin with back then when they announced it, because we were so tainted with you people need to just be quiet,
settle down a bit.
Right, you spent $3,000 on the cruise, but you're complaining about an extra $7.
Like, simmer down a bit. And we have a very different take on the gratuities.
Well, I think it's because I work in the service industry, and a gratuity is a little bit extra for us. Right. I always tell my clients I don't expect a tip, but it's nice to have. Like when they say, and it's very uncomfortable sometimes because they'll say, "Now, how much should I tip you?"
Yeah, it's whatever you want.
But I think the cruise lines are doing a good job across the board, no matter who it is, with what they've decided to give as a gratuity, a standard gratuity. And they've made it nicer and equalizing among all the crew members.
So talk about that. Let's talk just a little bit about how the tips, the gratuities are divided up.
Well, let's talk about how they did in the old days first.
All right.
Because you remember the days they had the envelopes laid out on the bed.
Those were the old days.
And then you were pretty much expected to put money in all these little envelopes, and the last day of the cruise handed out. So the cruise lines found that a lot of people weren't tipping, or they would decide that we're just going to give one person all of what we've allotted.
Which generally always ends up kind of being the room steward.
Right. And fast forward to what Frank was saying is the tip money, that $14.99 a day, gets split up among your room steward, your maitre d', the dishwasher, the chef,
all the servers,
waiter.
the maintenance. Right. So it is I guess we would refer to front of house people and back of house people. And so it does bother me. I mean, it really bothers me when I hear people saying, well, I'm just, when I get on board that ship, I'm going right down to guest services and I'm going to have them take off all my gratuities because I'm only going to tip the people that I feel are doing a good job. And all I'm thinking is, wait a minute, you're gonna go around the entire ship of thousands of people who are working so hard 18 hours a day, front of house that you see, the bartenders, the restaurant servers, the people that are vacuuming, but the people you don't see, which are back of the house, which are the dishwashers and the maintenance people, they work hard too. And
the person who painted
yes,
the railing.
Yeah, the person you called when you had a problem in your cabin who came to fix the problem in your cabin. I think it's just, I'm sorry, and I'm going to say it, here where Frank Pusher's back comes into, I think it's absolutely ridiculous to actually think that while you're on a cruise, your vacation, you're going to be running around the ship handing out money in envelopes to people. I'm sorry. That to me is ridiculous. As I said in the beginning, I have seen people put more money than $3.50 a week in a vending machine to get candy and snacks. And yet there are those who would bemoan the people that are working so hard 24/7 to make your cruise the best it can be. And you're bemoaning them the little that they're getting. And I know there are people who are saying, well, it's not my problem that the cruise line isn't paying them a living wage. Well, it isn't your problem, but it is what it is. And that's the cruise industry, am I right? Across the board.
Every cruise line charges tips.
Yeah.
And it is a suggested minimum gratuity. You can have it removed. But I don't know.
I just think it's awful.
I just think it's horrible.
Yeah.
And let's talk a little bit about a few of the comments we've had. Right. I've gotten into arguments with people about this. And I'm not going to name names, but a few people have taken it very personally. I'm sorry if you think I'm calling you out. I'm not.
No.
Just got to get over it. It's not a personal thing.
It's a discussion on what is a very controversial issue.
Right.
And it's both sides, 50-50, believe that, there should be no tips and they should decide who gets it. And those we're on the other side that are like, no, I think that, paying the gratuity, the automatic gratuity, they deserve it. We've seen it. And we'll give some extra above and beyond. Like we give extra.
Some people want to have the cruise fare the one price, and that's the fare, and why can't they just include it in the price of the cruise?
But then
let me tell you why.
Right.
I'm going to explain why. Because being a person that works on tips, you have to claim your tips. So wherever these people are doing their taxes, if they do taxes, they have to claim their tips. So this is the way that they control how much they've gotten, right? By charging each individual. Because what if Tom and Harry that are in the next room decide they don't want a tip? Or what if Sally and John on the other side of us want to tip even more? And they say, add another $100 on to the cruise. Everybody would get a little slice of that pie, but everybody's going to have to claim that. So, and I say that dispels the whole myth. The cruise lines are not keeping this money.
I know, that's a conspiracy theory we read about all the time, which is, I just know the extra money they're starting to charge in April. I know these people aren't getting any of that, and the cruise line is just keeping all of it. Get over yourselves with the conspiracy theories, please.
We are friends with
honestly.
We're friends with crew members. We've created relationships over the years with some of the crew members, and we know that they're getting tips, and it varies from cruise to cruise because it depends on how many people were on the ship, who took their tips off, who added more tips. Was it at full capacity? Was every bed taken?
Right.
So a lot
Yes,
goes into
divided up. The math is done based on a lot of different criteria based on each individual cruise. And, you are going to run into some not so nice crew members sometime. You are. And you're going to immediately think to yourself, oh my God, I can't believe that part of my automatic gratuity is going to go to this person who was just nasty to me. Well, but that doesn't mean you go down to the customer service desk and totally wipe out gratuities for the entire crew for the week. I mean, call me nuts, but I think that's crazy. Report the person. That's the way to do it. Don't screw everybody else that's doing 110% of their job just because you got upset with one or two crew members.
So now that Frank is on his pedestal, he's going to get down now. And we want to know what you think. Please comment in the comments section below about what your thoughts are about standard gratuities being charged on the cruise lines and the current raise in the gratuities, in specific on NCL. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat.
That's right.
And Frank wants you to subscribe.
Oh, I know, because when this video hits, and I expect a lively conversation of comments, if you're not a regular subscriber of Cruising with Wheels, join the family and hit that subscribe button so we can continue our discussion amongst the family.
Now, if you're new to our channel as well, Frank has a Facebook group. Everyone is welcome. It is called Cruise Chat. You have to answer 3 questions, and you can join the Cruise Chat family.
Join Cruise Chat. It's open to everyone sailing on any line that you enjoy. Just come to Cruise Chat and share your experiences.
As always, we end our videos with a phrase. And if you're new to our channel, maybe you haven't heard it, and maybe you'd like to say it along with us. But we want to remind everybody to always
travel safe
and cruise often.